here is only one thing missing, that the the inclusion of final states. Okay, so which will be final states in that, and there is another added concept that I just forgotten to tell you. Okay, so just keep that in mind. What happens in the epsilon NFA? If you clearly look at it, you know that whenever you convert epsilon NFA to a simple NFA, so what happens that the final state in the epsilon LFA will also be the final state in the NFA, that we know, because when what happens in when we convert from NFA to DFA is that the final states, that suppose the in NFA there is a final state called Q2. Okay, so in DFA, whichever statement constitute this one, so Q naught Q2 is combined, so this state is also final, this state is also final. So wherever there is Q2, that state will automatically become final here. Okay, so this is the concept that we have studied in conversion from NFA to DFA. Okay, so on the base of same thing that you know that when you convert from epsilon NFA to NFA, the states are not increased, not decreased, not increased. The states are equal. So the if you see Q0, Q1, Q2, there will also be Q0, Q1, Q2, and Q3. So the states are equal. First of all, this is the thing. The second thing is the final state is the same. Now, one more concept is there, that whenever in a final state, uh, you can reach at a final state by getting input of epsilon, that state will automatically become your final state. Okay, so if you see in this one, if you see from Q1, you can directly reach to state Q2 without getting any kind of a input here. So by that way, I can also say that Q1 is also a final state. In the same way, from Q node, you can also reach without getting any input from Q node, you can also reach to Q2. So in that way, that Q node is also your final state. Okay, so there's a little bit of confusion regarding this, that the final state, just see, go to the final state there and see where from which state you can reach Q2 without getting input of any symbol here. So from Q1, you can get to Q2 without getting input of any symbol. So this is epsilon, and as well as from Q node also you can go to this. Okay, so that is why Q node, Q1, and Q2 is a final state in your resultant epsilon NFA. So that concept is remaining in the previous one. Okay, so keep that in mind. So when we are converting from epsilon NFA to NFA, the final state may increase. Okay, so in the equivalent NFA, the final state may increase. Okay, so keep that also in mind. Okay, so what do I mean by that? If this is the example of it, that there is a state Q0, and this is another Q1 here, and this is the epsilon here, and this is going to the final state, and this is simple input of a here. Okay, so now in this one Q2, in the resulting NFA will be the final state absolutely, but uh, from Q1 you can reach to the final state. So it means that Q1 is also the final state, but from Q0 you cannot reach to the final state without getting A as an input. Okay, so there is a as an input, so Q0 will not be the final state. Keep that in mind. Okay, so again, if we see the question here, so somebody ask the question that is it correct or not. The question are given in this. Okay, so they have asked that for this question 2, that the solution of this is correct. So the solution of this is correct, but there is a little bit of problem here, that if I just write it, that there can be only one initial state. Okay, so there can be only one initial state. uh, Final state may increase. So in this one, if you see that starting from it, the final state is only Q2. Okay, so from Q2, if you see clearly Q node, from Q node I can reach to Q2. So that is why our Q node also becomes the final state in the resulting epsilon NFA. But keep that in mind that the initial state is only Q node. So there, this is not the symbol of initial state. There cannot be two initial state in the same automata. Keep that in mind. Okay, so final state can increase. So keep that in mind. The main points here are that from NFA to epsilon NFA, the states will be similar. The states will not increase, not decrease. So it will be same. States, number of states will be same. Okay. So I just say number of states will be same. The second point is that the final state may increase. Okay. Final state in the equivalent NFA. I'm talking about this. Final state in the equivalent NFA may increase. Okay. So if you clearly see it, it is not always the case, but it may increase. Okay, so if suppose this is the your epsilon auto beta, in this particular case, the final state will not increase, because you cannot get to this Q3 state without getting any input from it. Okay, so in this case the final state will not increase, but in other cases, so that is why I have written here the final state may increase, may or may not, but it is not always the case. It will absolutely increase. This is not the case. It can increase. Okay, so again, in the here also there are three final states. If I have done the question, I just written a one final state in this also. If I just see, if I just solve this in the class, so in this one also, yeah. Okay, so if in the answer of this one also there is a little bit of a mistake here. So if you see the auto beta here, from C, B can be reached. So B is directly attached to the final state. So B is also the final state here. In the same way, from A you can also reach to C. So A is also final state here. Okay. So the correct one is this, that this is also the final state and this is also the final state. Okay. So there is a little bit of mistake in this question also, the solution of which is given in your PPTs. Okay. So just there is only one concept that is added in the epsilon NFA. That is the concept of final state. Okay, so just go towards the final state and see which state is reaching to the final state with the input of epsilon. Okay, so if any state is reaching to the final state with the input of epsilon, that state will automatically becomes your final state. Okay, so this is the main concept here. Okay, so I think most of you will have understood it. So I just continue with the next concept here that we are doing. Again, if you have any doubt, you can ask me again. Okay, so we have done till I think,
Excuse me, sir.
yes, yes.
So you mentioned that any state which has an input of epsilon becomes the final state. So in that case, why isn't B the final state?
Why isn't B? Just let me. Which question you are talking about? This
Which state that? Yes, sir.
the B is also the final state here, dear.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay.
B as well as E. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so again, I think I have done some question here. Okay, so one question for the Moore machine is already done. So I will do another question for this Moore machine so that you will get overall idea of what a Moore machine is. So it is again a simple automata, just instead of the inputs here, there are just output concept is there. Okay, so if I just copy and paste this question and again explain you how is this running, you have to do the third question yourself. Okay, so I will give you some time. So you should do practice for third question, but I solved the second question myself. Okay, so the second question says that construct a Moore machine that take a set of false string as input and counts the occurrences of string BA. So most of the questions in Moore machine will be like this, that construct a Moore machine. They will not exactly tell you what the output is. Okay, so whenever there is something called count the occurrences of substring AB, it means whenever a BAA comes, it should print 1. Okay, so whenever in the string BAA comes, it should output me 1. So this is the meaning of it. So you have to inference it yourself, that otherwise if this is not the case, then it should be 0. Okay, so in this way, if I say that only if A comes, it will output me 0. If only a B comes, it would output me 0 again. Or BA come, it should output me a 0 0 again. But if BAA comes, so this is the occurrence of BAA, it should output me a 1. Okay. So all the strings that is not BAA will go in the otherwise domain. So keep that in mind. Okay. So suppose uh, two B's are also go in the otherwise part. So this is again also 0. So we only have to take care about whenever there is something like count the occurrences of a substring A, count the occurrences of substring BB. So that kind of a question, you always have to keep in mind that for a BAA, it should output a 1, but otherwise, other than that, whatever may be the input, you should output 0. Okay. So now the automata is if you draw a DFA of it. So as you know that this Murray machine, if I just again write the symbol, because if you forgot it, so this is your lambda here. In case of a Murray machine, the output is dependent upon the set of states. So if you are reading some books, this symbol is delta in that. Some books follow this notation, some books follow this notation. So I just want to tell you that this is only the output alphabet. Okay, so it is just saying that Q is dependent. Keep that in mind though. Take the second O of Murray. So take the second O, extract it out and draw a line. It means that the output of Murray depends upon the set of states only. Keep that in mind. So it means that alongside A you can write your output, be it 0, be it 1. Okay. So now if I identify the input in this, the input alphabet in this is AB, and the output alphabet, your O or delta here is 0 and 1. Okay. So now it is again because this Murray machine has a transition function of Q into input alphabet goes to Q. It means that this Murray machine is a deterministic. So deterministic means that in if I construct a Murray machine, the transition of A and the transition of B on every state has to be defined. So this is the main concern and main advantage of the deterministic transition function here. So this is the transition function and it is deterministic. Okay. So again, if you build the automata will be again very similar to if you are constructing a DFA with the BAA as a substring. So only thing that will be changed that there will be no final states. Okay. So I'm just starting over, though I only need the substring BAA. So if I just take a substring BAA, just okay. So B A A. Now when you reach here, this will be like in a DFA, this will be your spinal state, but this is a Murray machine. So it means that if I reach here 3, Q nod, just Q nod, Q1 and Q2. When I reach here, the occurrence of BAA has occurred. So it should output me a 1. Okay. So on the other occurrences, I do not need to care about it because all of that will be 0. Okay. Now just follow the property of a DFA that uh, on this Q node B is defined but A is not defined. Keep that in mind. On Q1 A is defined but B is not defined. So keep that in mind. On Q2 A is defined but B is not defined. On Q3 A and B both are not defined. Okay. So I'm just starting with the Q node here. So if I do a self loop, so the easiest step is to do a self loop here. So after doing a self loop, I will check. So I'm getting an input of now it is saying that any number of A's can come. So it is always outputting me 0. And if a BAA come, it is outputting me 1. So I don't think that it is affecting anything. So a self loop of A can work here. Okay. In the same way, the now on Q1, I have to again try the simplest thing is to just try the self loop. Okay, so the self loop of B, I just want to try it. Okay, so if I do a self loop of B, so A, B, B. Okay, so what is the symbol here? BAA. Okay, so for BAA it should be 1. For ABB it can be 0. I do not need to worry about it. So any number of B's can come, it will always output me 0. So this is a good chance, this is a good thing, because only in case of BAA I am still getting 1. If I do anything else, it is again resulting me 0. So that self loop seems correct. There is no kind of doubt about it. Okay. So now if you see here, if I do a self loop on Q2, so is this correct? So BABA. So now this symbol BABA is also outputting me 1. Okay, so if I do a self loop of B on Q2, BABA will also output me 1. So I cannot do a self loop of B here. So this has to be there is a mistake. Now what can I do? I can just divert this B towards this. Okay, so what can happen there? B, A, B. So if here a B comes, it should go towards the, suppose at Q2, now another B has come, okay, at Q2. So it is, so after that two A's can also come. So in case of that, I again have to input 1 here. Okay, so if I'm diverting this, only in that state I will reach Q1. Okay, so from Q1, uh, after getting two A's, I can reach Q2, Q3. So which will output me 1. Okay, so that is why this diversion is connected. If you try to diverge this to this state, this is a problem here. Okay, so what happens here? Suppose the string B A B. Uh, suppose I think that also seems correct. If I see here, B A B A B B. Okay, so it is for, okay, okay. So if I divert this to this one, so this string B A B B A A B B. Okay, so this string should also output me 1, but if I divert this to this one, so what happened there? So B A B B B, it is again outputting me 0 here. Okay, so if I divert this from Q2 to Q0, there is a problem, so I cannot divert it. So that is why I have diverted this to Q1 state. So keep that in mind. Okay, so always if you can, always try a different combination. If it is possible, again you try to give it one or more strings, so that it can be proven wrong. Okay, so here what is the logical reasoning that I have diverted this into Q1? Because I know that after at Q2, if a B comes, there is a possibility after that the AA can also come. Okay, so that will also form the string as BAA, so it will output 1. Okay, so if a B comes, I should be at a state Q1 to get output of 1. So that is why I have diverted here. Okay. So I think you got the point here. Again, now what can I do? Now here the A and B is complete. A and B is complete. A and B is completed here also. So now the turn of AB on Q3 is come. Okay. So now what can I do? I do a first simple self loop of A and B. So if I do a simple A and B, so what can happen? So after coming a BAA, it is outputting me 1. So a single A can also output me 1 after that. So that is not the case. I always 1. After that, I always want that if a A comes, it should be completed by two B's. Only then I can get a input of 1 here. So what can I do? For A, if A has come, I have to find two A's. Sorry for that. If A has come, okay. So I just give the explanation what I want to do again. So BAA has come, so I have outputted 1 here. Now if I do a self loop of A here, so single A can also lead to output of 1. Okay. So if at Q3 a single A comes, I again want a BAA again to get an output of 1. Okay, so if at the end of the state, if a single A come, I again want BAA for an output of 1. So what can I do? I can divert this A to the starting of this string. So in the starting A comes, only after getting an input of BAA, it can go to towards the state Q3. Okay, so in the similar way, again I cannot do a self loop of B here, because after BAA, any B will lead to an output of 1 here. So B cannot be possible here. So self loop of B also cannot be possible. So if a B comes, I just need two A's after that to get an output of 1. So what can I do? Two A's are here. So if I diverted this string to this, okay, so after that I can get two A's and get to the output of 1. Okay, so now in this state, all the transition of A and B is also done here. So this is complete, this is complete, this is also complete, and this is also complete. Okay, this is your resulting Moore machine. Again, if you want to give any string to verify it, so you can give it. So if I just give a string like BAA followed by a then followed by a BAA, so the output here should be two ones. Okay, so two ones should be there because the BAA occurs two times. Okay, so from on Q node, if I give a input of B here, now it is outputting me 0. On B it is going towards Q1 and outputting me 0. On A it is going towards Q2 and outputting me 0. And A it is going towards Q3 and outputting me 1. So 1 has come. After that, there is again a A here. So from Q3, A leads to Q node and it is outputting me 0. Again, after B, there it goes to Q1, it is outputting me 0 again. Again A, Q2, it is inputting me 0 again. Again A, Q3, it is inputting me 1. Now the string is complete and two ones has come. Okay, so that is correct. Okay. So I think you got the idea in case of a Moore machine what can happen. So this is your correct automata. In the similar way, you just try this example. Okay, so just take like 5 minutes. You can do this. I will solve this example. It is a little bit of a complex example here. Okay, so again, the variation of this is again given in the next slide. If you see in the question number 5, this is again the variation of the fourth question. So it is a little bit complex question if you clearly look at it, but it is not very complex. So if you understood till now, you can easily do this. It is just saying that constructed Moore machine that takes a set of false string over AB as input and produces output. Output here produces A when there is 1 0, and B it produces when there is 1 1. Otherwise C. So for C it can be a single 0, a single 1, and which can be possible. 0 1 is also possible. So for that kind of combination, like 1 uh, 0 0 1, so that kind of a combination, so something that come in otherwise uh, should always be giving me output of C. Okay, so in this one the input symbol is your, suppose this is wrong, the input here is I think 0 and 1. Okay, so there is a little bit of mistake here. Input here is 0 and 1 and the output here, so the output symbol here is A, B, and C. Okay, so just take like 5 minutes. I think you can easily draw this automata. This is a fairly easy one. Okay, so just try it. I will tell you the solution in like 5 minutes. Okay, so just try it and post your solution in the chat box. Oh, so Adarsh, I do not understand your question. Can you just repeat it? What is it meant? Okay, so Mayank has given the solution. Let me see. Okay. Okay, seems correct, but just let me see if I give a string. Okay, so the string 111 111 is also ending, so keep that in mind. It should end. Okay, keep that in mind. So 111 is also ending with 11, so it should output me B here. Okay, so there is a little bit of mistake in your automata, but your automata is outputting me C for 111 triple one. But if you just do a self loop on B, I think it should be correct. I think you already got it. Yeah, yeah, Mayank has already given it. Okay, so most of you I think got the right thing. Again, Mehak automata seems correct. 10111. So only Mayak, this is a Murray machine, so you have to write the output there. Okay, so keep that in mind. Abhimanyu is on the right path. Yeah. So 0 1 0 1 0. So on Q2 Abhimanyu, you haven't defined 1 here. So other than that, I think on Q3 also you haven't defined 0 and 1. So just complete it. Otherwise, the skeleton is absolutely correct. Okay. By Fanindra, your automata also, just let me see. It's a little bit of complex to see your automata. 0, 1, 1. So Fanindra, in your automata, if you see 1, 1 should output me B here, but in your automata, it is outputting me C. There is a little bit of tweaking required there. I think Saksham is on the right path. Yeah, Saksham automata seems correct. Just let me see if I give us any string. 1, 0, 0. So 0, 0 is nothing there. Okay. So 1, 0, 0 ending 0, 0 strings can also be in C. Yeah. B. Yeah, absolutely correct. Okay. So Saksham's automata is, I think, absolutely correct. Okay. So I can draw another way also that okay, so I just follow B. I think most of you followed A on the left hand side. Okay, so I just draw it in another way. So there can be multiple solutions. So most of you are following A on that one. Okay, so I just draw it like this. Q naught. Now I am just going with B here. So I am just considering B for the first one. So for B it will be 1, 1. Then it will output me Q naught, Q1. This is 0 also. This is 0 also. And this is Q2. This will output me a B here. So I just write a B here. So in the same way for A, just Z1, 0. So for 1, 0, it will be your A. Okay, so A. Sorry for that. It will be C not 0 here. Okay, so most of you have designed A here, so I just change a little, bit of it. So your automata is also correct. So it's also correct. So now our goal is to complete the transition states here. So in the starting, if I do now the 0 is remaining. If I do a self loop of 0, I don't think that it is affecting. So 0 star, any number of zeros can come in the starting. So it will always end. It will always output me C here. In the same way for here, the cell, if I do, this is already defined. So 1 and 0 is already defined. So for Q2, now what I want that the strings that are ending with double 1 should result me B here. Okay, so the result should be B. So if I do a self loop of 1 here, the string should always be ending with 1. So two ones has always come. After that, any number of ones has come. It will always be ending with two ones. So it is outputting me. So I think that is the correct transition here. So for 0, what can I do? So for 0, if I do a self loop of 0 here, so what can happen that 1 1 1 0. So it should output 1 0 output me A here, but it is outputting me B. So I cannot do a self loop of 0 here, but after getting a 0 in the end, I should output A here. So just see this after 1 1 1. So triple 1 after I receive a 0 here, so it will become ending with 1 0. It should output me a A. Okay, so what can output me a A? So this one can output me a E. So I just divert this to this one, that 0. Okay, so this state is also completed. Okay, now only this state Q301 state is remaining here. So what can I do here? So the 1, okay, 1 0. So at Q3, after receiving an input of 1 0, I am standing here at Q3. So it is also outputting me A, so there is no kind of worry about it. So what can I do here? If I do a self loop of 0, if I do a self loop of 0, what can happen if I do a self loop of 0? So it will be ending with 0 0. Okay, so I cannot do that. If it is ending with 0 0, it should go to the otherwise part, that will be your C. So it should end with C. I can do this. I can divert this to C here. So if another C come, so at Q3 I have seen 1 0 and I'm standing at Q3. If 0 comes at Q3, if 0 comes at Q3, the string will become 1 0 0. So this string should output me C. So who is outputting C? This one is outputting me C. So that is why I have diverted this to this. Okay. So now the transition of only one is remaining. So one can be transitioned here or here. Okay, so which one will be the correct path to follow? So if I divert the one to this, so what is the problem with that? So if I can find any problem, so it will be 0 0. So I have already seen 1 0. I'm standing at Q3. So if I again see a 1, it will land to it will ending with 0 1. So it is ending with C. So that is correct. If I'm first following, if checking first, I'm checking this. Okay, so after that there will be a string after getting an input of 1 1. So I don't think that is a problem here. So let me see.
No,
1.
101 should be a problem because it might land on C when it should land on B instead.
Okay, 101. So 101. 101.
1011.
1011. Yeah. 1011. Yeah, that is the problem here because it should output me B, but it is outputting me C. So I cannot do a transition of 1 with this, but I can do a transition of this. If I check this 1011, it is landing towards B. Okay, so I think you got it, you got the right idea that this is the output of your Moore machine. Okay, so there are plenty of questions. There are other two questions that is given in the slide, so you should try it yourself. Again, other questions will also be given to you in the tube, so don't worry about it. We will do plenty of practice regarding this. Okay, so just okay. So now if you see, I just leave this one. Okay. So now you see most of the Moore machine, I think you can easily construct it. After that, the Moore Melee machine is also the similar. Okay, so if I just take the same question and spare you the difference, spare you the differences of the both Moore and Melee machine, you will find it very easy. Firstly, the conversion of Moore to Melee. Okay, so Moore to Melee and Melee to Moore conversion is very easy. Okay, so the algorithm is available. That algorithm is both based on transition tables. Okay. So first you write transition tables of both Moore and Melee, and then there's something specific step that you have to do. But I can tell you that from the transition diagram also, this is a very easy way. From transition diagram, you can directly convert any Moore to Melee machine. So I will also show you this part also. Okay. So first let me draw the Melee machine directly. Again, I will copy and paste the Moore machine and I will convert it into a Melee machine just informally. I will not, we will start the conversion topic in the next class, but just I will show you that how easy it is to convert any Melee machine into a Moore or any Moore machine into a Melee. Okay, so first let me draw this. Okay, so there is uh, the step here is are similar. So in case of a Melee machine, so Melee machine depends upon two things. Keep that in mind, two things. Moore only the second O, keep that in mind. Take that second O out and draw a line here. That that means that the output is dependent upon your set of states. In the same way, Moore, there are two things that first is your set of states, second is your input alphabet. Okay, so it is dependent upon the output of Melee machine. Okay, so now what happens in Melee machines? The output is written on alongside with the input. What happens in the Moore machine? Output is written alongside with your states. Okay, so that is the only difference between them two. Another difference is if you input n strings in Moore machine, you will get output of n plus 1 strings. Keep that in mind. But in Melee machine, if you input n strings, you will get output of also n string. So there is only one difference between. Okay. So now what can I do? I'm just directly draw. Okay, just let me directly draw. The procedure is the same, that we are just building a DFA here. So what will be the DFA here in that case? So I want AB as a substring. So go for this A followed by a B here. Okay. So AB, whenever AB comes, it should print me 1. Okay. So now I reach there. Now it should print me 1 before reaching the state Q 1. Q, oh, sorry for that, Q2, Q1 and Q0. Okay. Now AB, when I reaches AB, it should output me 1. So otherwise it output me 0. Okay. So now if I just parse it, so the parsing goes like this. Q1 on seeing an input of A is going towards Q1 and outputting me 0. In the same way, on seeing an input of B, it is outputting me 1 and going to the state Q1. So already for AB, I got the output of 1. So I think you got the point here. So only I need to take care of whenever there is AB, I should output 1. Otherwise, I just output 0 here. Okay. So what can I do? The automata process and process, the building of automata is very similar. In this one, what you can do in the starting one, B is remaining in the Q1 state, A is remaining, and in the last one, A and B is remaining. Okay. So what if I do a self loop here? So if I do a self loop here and draw it like this, so any number of B's can come, it should always output me 0. So I do not need to worry about that. That is what I wanted. So only after getting input of AB, I should get output 1. But if I am getting B star, it is just outputting me 0. So that is correct. There is nothing wrong in that. In the same way, if you see on Q1, what can I do? I can simply do a self loop of it and try that A as output as 0. So what will happen? So B followed by A followed by any number of A. So it will always result me a 0 here, because I only wanted that only after getting an input of AB, I should get output of 1. Okay. So A star means any number of A's can come, it will always output me 0. But if in the end B comes, I will land to Q2 state and I will get output of 1. Okay. So that is again, if I do a self loop of A on Q1, there is nothing wrong in that. So that is okay. Now at the state Q2, when there is a comes, okay, so I am standing. So how do I reach Q2 after seeing an input of A B and I have got the output 1 here. So if at Q2 I got a output of A, I should again get another input of B to complete the input string as AB. So only then I will get an output of 1. Okay, so what can I do? I can just divert the string to this one. If I just do a here, now after getting input A, it is outputting me 0. But whenever there is a B here, it is again starting outputting me 1 here. So it means it is counting A and B here. In the same way, if you remember for B, you just go to the first state. So that is the same automata that we have drawn. Okay. So but B should be, it should also be 0 here. Okay. So if I just copy and paste the same automata from the previous example, you can see the differences here. So from the previous lecture, I just copy and paste. Okay. So this is the automata. This is your Moore machine drawn in the previous one. I just take it out. Okay. What happened there? Okay. So just let me copy and paste. It will be more clearer to you. Okay. So if now you can clearly see this, just let me do a little bit of always a little bit. Here is the 0. And what is this? Can I delete this? Yeah. Okay, so this one was, I think I diverted the strings here. Okay, so just let me again complete it. Okay, so this is your state Q0, and here it was 0, it was 0 here, and it was on Q2 it was 1 here, and here it is saying the input of B and a self loop of this there. Okay, so all the states are complete. If you see that this is the same automata here. Okay, so just let me do some more clear vision here so you can get what I want to say. So Q1 0 here. Okay, so now the conversion is very simple. Okay, so if you see to convert this is a Moore machine. I will again formally do this topic. Just I want to say, I just want to show you that to convert Moore to Mealy machine from a simple diagram is very easy. Okay, so if you see, keep the this keyword in mind, two words. Okay, so now on Q node, B is going towards Q node. Okay, so take that 0 here and put it here. Okay, so take that 0 here and put it here. And okay, so I just take that 0 because B is going towards Q node. So I take out that 0 and place it here. In the same way on Q1, if you see, A is going towards Q1. So I just take out that 0 and place it here. In the same way, this A is also going towards Q1. So take out that 0 and place it here. In the same way, on Q2, if you see the B is going towards that Q2. So take out that 1 and place it here. And you see that A is going towards that Q1. Okay, so what can you do? Take that 0 out and place it on the input here. In the same way that this B is going towards the Q node. So take out that 0 and place it here. Okay, so delete all the inputs in the states and you will get your Mealy equivalent Mealy machines. Okay, so if you clearly see it, both of these are equal. Okay, so if you have drawn a Moore machine, so it is very easy to convert it to a Mealy machine. In the same way, to if you have drawn a Mealy machine, you can also convert it into a Moore machine. Very easy. Now see the concept of Moore machine here. Okay, so it is going towards this Q0. So place this 0 here and delete this. It is going towards this Q1, so take out that 0 and place it here and delete that 0 also. In the same way, this B is going towards this, so take out that 1 and place it here. Okay, so again you got the equivalent Moore machine. So this is again very easy to convert. So there is a little bit of an algorithm exists that is based on transition tables also. So I will tell you both methods how to convert. We will do plenty of question, don't worry about that. But the conversion of Moore to Mealy and Mealy to Moore machines are very easy. So you just pick a machines, like if you have given a question to build a Mealy machine, so you just can do a Moore machine if you are very comfortable in Moore machine. So the conversion, if you see, conversion only takes like 30 seconds, not more than 30 seconds. I can do, I think you can easily do it in under 15 seconds, that to convert a Moore machine into a Mealy. Okay. Okay. So I think you got it. Okay, so if you have any question, any doubt, you can ask me. Okay. Okay, so your time is up. Okay, so I think you can go towards the next lecture.